contracts that are awarded are not awarded in any discriminatory fashion, that there is inclusion of all people, race, nationality, and gender. They've cut back on that in terms of the budget, in terms of employees. They've done the same in the Department of Education. They've done the same in the Environmental Protection Agency. Now, what does the Civil Rights Bureau and the Environmental Protection Agency do, Rev. Mal? It makes sure that a lot of the waste dumps and a lot of the other things that affect the environment are not disproportionately continued to be erected and established in mostly communities of color, and that they receive all of the environmental needs equally. This is the agency that Flint could go to when we were dealing, and still are, with the tainted water crisis. Cut it, slash, boom. As I said, labor, gone. Education, cut way down to where one of the leading officers has resigned in protest. Justice Department, cut that way down, disempowered it. So for all of those that were saying in January when we had the march, saying that it was all at stake and we had to really put the Congress on notice that we were jumping the gun, well, they just fired the gun. Across the board in every major agency of government, if you do not have offices of civil rights and officers to monitor that the law is being upheld, it will not be enforced, there will not be federal oversight, there will be no pressure on the states, and we end up going back not only to pre-Obama days, but pre-Lyndon Johnson days, because there's no one there protecting us. Let me remind you, let's go back to the 19th century. In the 19th century, when the Emancipation Proclamation was put into effect, January 1st, 1863, they began the era of Reconstruction, and it went on over 2 decades. Blacks could vote, blacks could own property, blacks could assemble more than 3 at a time. Then they made a political deal. What was the deal? The Tilden-Hayes Compromise. And the compromise included that if they are faced with a situation of protecting the South, protecting blacks in the South, because troops were there to make sure that they had to respect the emancipation of slaves. The deal they made was they just withdrew the troops. And once the troops were withdrawn, the terrorist groups, the Ku Klux Klan, White Citizens Council, all were formed, and there was no troops to protect us, which stopped us from being able to vote, and stopped us from being able to buy property, and stopped us from all the above, because we had no one there to protect us. This is the first step toward that. You remove oversight, then you can eventually stack the courts, which they did. And by stacking the courts, they then led to the whole question of Plessy versus Ferguson in the Constitution, and then they changed the law. I'm telling you, this is as serious as it gets. It's the first step on retreating on everything. And let me tell you something. They will humor us by out here arguing about which group we like and whether there's a generation fight. All of that is to distract us while they say, pull oversight back, which is a wink. Do what y'all want. Nobody's going to enforce it. So you don't have to worry about looking at whether their communities are getting more toxic waste dumps. You don't have to look at policing. You don't have to look at contracts, jobs. Just pull it back. Because if we stay here long enough, we'll stack the Supreme Court and we can change the laws back. But until then, let's just pull the oversight back. That's where we are, folks. That's what I'm telling you. We got to fight state by state. We are under assault. And they have us watching every day just the scandals. And they are serious scandals. I'm not minimizing. But while we're watching the House of Cards in real life, they are saying, well, whether they get them or not, let's do this now. Some of us better keep our eye on the prize.